This is the second and the concluding part of the topic under discussion, and we shall have a clear-cut concept about the coining words called perceived value and how it impacts to increase the sales figures of our business. Those who have missed the first part of the video can watch it through the link given in the description below. Hi, I am Aditya, your friendly high-ticket closure. High-ticket closures close high-ticket deals, bringing in more revenue for the business by increasing the sales closing ratio for companies or influencers we work with. Now, providing value and perceived value to the customers are very important issues in the business nowadays. What perceived value proposition do your company have? Or does it have any perceived value proposition at all? It is going beyond the quality, quantity and the general values we provide regarding the product or the service offered to the customer. It is not providing them the effectiveness of the product or service. It should be understood that the perceived value proposition can create lot of difference in the sales figures of our business. If we do some research, we shall find that whichever company is in the market for a long time has a perceived value proposition with them for their clients, and that has undoubtedly helped to prove them to be consistent and dependable in the eyes of the customer. Now, how is the perceived value explained? It is how the customer perceives the value of the product or service we provide and matches up with their subconscious needs and enjoys satisfaction and happiness, assuming that they have made the purchase. We must keep it in mind that the most important term here is perceived. There are a number of things in which customers find the perceived value. I shall explain it with some examples to understand better. How assuring are we to the customers that the customer does not feel any risk in doing business with us? Or in other words, how does the customer feel confident in purchasing the product or service from us? How comfortable it is doing business with our company? How comfortable is it to contact us or anyone in the company at the time of needs? How prompt is the company ready to solve the problems of the customers faced by them? How much do we care about the customer after the product or the service is purchased? How good is the after-sales service provided to the customer? How much connected are we to the customer, and how apt are we in providing solutions in case of failure or ineffectiveness? How comfortable it is to use our product or service after the purchase is made? How much does the product or service increase the productivity of the customer? How good are we in keeping the track of the customer regarding the developments, benefit and growth? Do we have a community in the social media where the customers can experience sharing their developments, their problems and solve each other queries? Do we provide valuable contents giving various tips for better results? Do we have any upgrades which may benefit the customers so that they can enjoy a feel-good factor? I hope we are now having a bit clear idea about what perceived value proposition looks like, and we can keep on increasing it to satisfy our clients more. Here is something very important. We as a client or a customer want to know about and more or less are asking the same basic value adding questions, which may look like, what's there for me in the product or service that suits or compensates my need? How do I benefit or profit from the product or service? How much is the product or service cost? How good is the quality of the product or service? Is the quantitative impression of the product or service satisfying to me as a customer? Is the product or service cost offered justified or worth the price? There are so many more basic value-adding questions, but now I am not focusing into that, as those are generally taken care of before launching a product or service. When the basic value and the perceived value are combined together and blended properly, then what happens is it becomes easier to sell the product or service at a high ticket and make good sales results with good profit margins. Then this value proposition turns into a win-win situation for both buyer and purchaser. We should keep it in mind that the perceived value has nothing to do with the company's literature or brochure, its sales scripts or its sales techniques, its product description or quality quantity aspect. Perceived value has only and only to do in the way how the customer perceives the value above the basic value and how much confident and relaxing they feel about the product or service, assuming that they have made the purchase. It is giving them a solid assurance about being headache-free, working with the company, and the customers feel quite confident they shall be looked after in a long run. In other words, it is making the customer visualize the comfort of peace of mind and having the feel-good factor that they have made the right decisions for themselves by purchasing the product or service. We should always remember, this is quite important, the price objection is not the real objection that comes from the prospecting customer due to high or big ticket tag on the product or service. It is the way the customer says to the company the value or the perceived value is lacking or is not prominently exposed in the product or service. Hope you loved the video and just feel free to put your valuable comments below. Just give a thumbs up and do not forget to share or subscribe. Do press the bell icon to get notified first whenever a new video is uploaded. We appreciate for your valuable time given and thank you very much for watching. Let's learn and improve together.